Okay, I've got something for you. The new parts have been fitted to the car. The simulation numbers are good, so look forward to your feedback. Check out the details.
What's up guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of my F1 2017 career mode, and we are here for round number 8 for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And straight away, good news for this weekend with an upgrade applied on the aero side for the front wing, and also in the car competency, upgrade speed being improved by 1 after we did a practice program between this race and the last one. So a couple of good upgrades coming on board for the car this race weekend, which is going to hopefully push us forward in our development cycle. And hopefully I'm looking to make one more upgrade at the end of this episode. And we've also got an engine one on the way for the next race, so we could potentially have a double upgrade for the next race in I believe it's Austria. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that all works out for us. But in order to do that, we are going to have to put away the R&D points for obviously consuming for the actual upgrades. But hope you guys have been enjoying the uploads lately, and the career mode. I know there's a lack of interest now in career mode as it has died down a little bit as the game is getting on in age, but I'm still really enjoying making the videos, and hopefully you guys are too. And you know, halfway pretty much now through season 5. That's pretty mad to me, and I'm really thankful for the support on the series, guys. But after Friday practice, we just got pretty much a flawless session. We had a little trouble with the qualifying performance test, but other than that, it was pretty damn good. And we got a new rival in the form of Esteban Ocon, and also we're going to use a brand new power unit for this race weekend and debut power unit number 3 for qualifying and race, as obviously it is an engine power track. So I want to have all the full beans at my disposal with this Williams car, because it's not the best one on the grid. So I need to have all the tools to try and get this car as hard as possible around a track where the AI tend to be pretty OP and have been in the past. So I'm sort of skeptical about how this race weekend is going to go. But jumping into Saturday qualifying, and in Q1 on the super soft compound tyres, we managed to comfortably get ourselves through into the second part of qualifying in P6 there, using the faster super soft tyre with the Force India taking a 1-2 there. Those guys were really quick all weekend long. And then moving into Q2, I switched over to the slower soft compound tyres, and actually was going to try my luck to see if I could get through on these. And I've got to say, I put in an absolutely mental lap. Like, I did an incredible lap on these tyres. My second sector was the fastest. I didn't lose any time at all, and my final sector was also very good, pushing on the absolute limit. And I go P3 just behind Lewis Hamilton, but eventually I'd see out the session is 6th place. So the lap was absolutely fantastic. Really found time, and every corner was perfect. And after seeing that lap and seeing Massa get knocked down 11th, I was sort of encouraged to try and push on in Q3 and see what I could do. And in Q3, on that first attempt, we do go P4, but quite a bit off the pace. But we are going to go for one more run, and hopefully this will be our best lap of the session. And into turn 1, 4th gear, you've got to really turn in here and hope that you can turn into the corner. Even though you've got the pit wall on the inside, you've just got to commit to it and hope you don't hit the inside wall, because you can't see what's on the other side. And also into turn 2, it's critical you avoid the inside curb, because otherwise you're going to lose the back end. And overall, inside curbs are a bit of a trend around this circuit to try and avoid, because they're horrible to drive on. But as you can see now, through turn 3, a little bit of a back end slide into the corner, controlled slide if you like, and then another controlled slide into turn 4. Brake bias very much towards the rear around here to try and find maximum lap time, as we now go through this little left-right chicane section where I do actually take on the curbs and push my luck. And it actually worked out, and I gained a major amount of time from it, so I was quite lucky to risk it in that regard. But so far, a good lap. We're up a couple of tenths on my previous lap, and through the castle, really just ringing the limit out this car, trying to find maximum lap time as possible on the power, on the exit there. A little bit of a tank slapper, but overall great traction, and that's going to give me good exit speed and overall straight line speed down this sort of like curved back straight into now the very downhill sharp left hander over the curb. Using a good chunk of that, you've got to really attack that curb to gain lap time. And then the final major braking point on this track, 4th gear, and it's very important don't run out too wide here, because otherwise you're going to lose the back end. And also it's critical that you get good traction, because it's going to dictate how much top end speed you have on this huge main straight. And we've had an absolutely perfect lap now, and it's a question of just running the car to the flag. We are currently in P7, and now we're going to open up DRS. So the question is, what can we do, and how much further up the order can we get? Can we improve on our first attempt? And across the line we go. The question is, have we improved? And the answer is yes, we have. P4, incredible lap, so really good result. And that's the 3rd race in a row we've had a great qualifying. So Really good result there, and Hamilton takes pole from Mercedes with a Force India 2 and 3, and we're not too far behind in P4. Vettel behind us, and Kimi Raikkonen also. So Ferrari's on the third row, but a very good qualifying. I'd even argue my best one of the season, and a very good result to take into Sunday. So hopefully we can do more damage tomorrow in the race. But for now, that was the story of qualifying. So let's move into round number 8 for the Baku Grand Prix. Right, so here we are then on the grid for Baku for round number 8 of the season, and a very, very good qualifying yesterday, and also having the advantage of starting on the slower soft compound tyres. And even better news still, if we look at on the steering wheel, you can see the P2, and that's because penalties have been applied, and we're going to be starting on the front row alongside Esteban Ocon. So Perez and Hamilton, I believe, both incurring grid penalties, so they're going to drop back further back the order, and we're going to start on the front row of the grid. So very good result for us, and overall a very, very welcome penalty for those two guys. So we're going to get a front row start here at Baku, which I did not see coming, and I think this might be my best ever qualifying around this circuit, technically speaking. Now we're starting from P2, and I'm in the Williams, which is the 6th best car, and also we're starting on the soft compound tyres, so we've got a massive strategy advantage going into this race. However, looking at the race strategy now, you see in a moment, the tyre wear is a big issue, because normally when you start on this track on the softs, you do get the advantage and the chance of going on super softs in the second stint. However, in this case, it's a bit different. So we're going to have to go on the mediums based off of the game. So I'm going to try and extend my first stint and make it as long as possible. But it's very realistic that we might have to use the slower tyres this race, which is not going to be good for me, because I was hoping to use super softs in the final stint. But obviously the car just can't make it on tyre wear, which is disappointing. But also overfueled by half a lap, as I'm looking to go pretty aggressive on the fuel. But I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully we can still have a good race regardless of the tyre strategy, and hopefully we can try and finish at least in the top 5. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the race. Right then, here we go. Dirty side of the grid. We're going to get ready to the 5. Red lights for Baku, and it's lights out and away we go here. It's a pretty okay start, nothing spectacular. Both of the Ferraris getting a great start, and I'm 3 wide into turn 1 here. Ocon still leads the way. We're boxed in between 2 red cars, but we are going to hold on to our second place going into turn 2. Vettel on my outside. I'm just going to squeeze him out there and not let him make the move, and we're going to pick up the traction, and there we go. We've held on to second place for now, but the question is, what is our pace going to be like compared to those on super softs around us? Last season, I remember this tyre was pretty good to me, and we could actually race with this tyre quite nicely, so hopefully we can switch it on with this car and have some good race pace. Okay, Raikkonen's going to make a move. He's going to pull to the inside. He's not letting me breathe. He's pretty damn quick on that super soft tyre, and I'm going to let him make the move here up the inside. And we're definitely struggling early on here with this tyre, and Ocon's really setting the pace up front in that Force India. That car is working brilliantly around this circuit, as I know from experience. Obviously, that car does work pretty well around here, and Ocon might be out to try and redeem his win that he should have had a couple of seasons ago when he actually was in the lead, but Raikkonen's going to try and hunt him down. It's just important that we float around this front pack. As long as we're hanging around with the leaders, then we're doing okay. So we just got to keep on hanging in there. Okay, this up's been a little bit better now. I'm starting to find my feet a bit on this tyre. It's taken me a while, but pace is now much more improved. I've switched my brake bias a little bit more to the front, and I can actually brake a lot later. So right now we're controlling the gap. Raikkonen is still pulling away, but he's also catching Ocon. And Hamilton's now in 4th place on the soft compound tyre, so he might not catch me as fast as the other guys. So we've got a chance here to sort of stabilise ourselves and try and set some good lap times in 3rd place. Okay, Bottas has overtaken Lewis Hamilton, so he's now going to be on the pursuit of me very soon on them super soft compound tyres. Right, here comes Valtteri Bottas. He's got a huge run on me and so much momentum in that Mercedes car, and he's going to open up DRS right about now. So we're going to go side by side into turn 1. My straight line speed isn't too bad. I'm running pretty low aero to try and match cars around me. Bottas has made the move, and he's going to take P3. So let's try and follow him for as long as we can. And then we've got Hamilton for company, not too far behind. But at this point, it's just a question of trying to keep the car going and not make a mistake like that one there, and trying to just keep getting good lap times. I think the race will come to me. I'm sort of hoping that the AI go to a 2-stop strategy. That would give me a chance to do something in this race. It looks like Lewis Hamilton's going to be the next one to try and make a move on me here, as he's right on my slipstream. He's got a much better momentum than Bottas. He's been sat on my slipstream so much more longer, and now he's got DRS here, so he might go for the move. Up the inside he goes, approaching turn 1. I'm going to squeeze him a little bit here, but I'm going to let him make the move, and we're going to drop down to P5, which was our original qualifying position if I'm not mistaken. So like I said, I did want to finish top 5 at the start of the race, so I'd be happy with this position, but I want to keep pushing because I think I can still get something out of this race. Okay, so personal best, and that was DRS related, but my fastest sector came right at the end, and that's pretty encouraging in many regards. Sebastian Vettel now in P6. We've got a safety car, and that is a big safety car call, because do I come in and do I go onto the mediums, or do I risk going onto the super softs? This is really interesting now. What do I do? Right, we're going to come into the pit lane for mediums, as we don't have any fresh super softs left, and we're going to follow Hamilton in here. So let's try and get it all slowed down, speeding a lot, but there we go. Very good pit entry, getting right up close to Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton's going to have to stack behind Bottas, and we've also managed to hold Bottas up. So very good pit entry for us, and hopefully we don't get held up too much. We're going to come in for the mediums, and away we go, and we're going to rejoin just behind Bottas here, and we've not lost any time. We didn't get held up, so overall a very good pit stop. We've got cars still staying out though on I think the number 2 drivers basically staying out, so we're going to rejoin in P7 by the look of it on mediums. I'm going to save some fuel to try and run rich mix for a majority of the race, the remainder of the race at least. So I think we're in a net P4 on mediums, so that's pretty encouraging. So now basically it's a question of everyone's on a level playing field, exact same tyres, so let's try and bring this car home and try and have a good result. Okay, so the safety car is going to come in this lap, so we're already in rich mix, ready for the relaunch. We're going to push really hard here, using all the engine power that we have to try and be aggressive. So let's get ready for the green flag. We're going to be very alert and wait for the reaction time, and let's try and wait for the perfect moment to pull away here. I'm going to try and get a little bit closer to Sainz, get to his outside, and there we go. Little change in speed. We've got to wait till there's green conditions, green flag, and there's still not green flag. I'm still waiting. There we go. Now we're green. Now we can floor it, absolutely, and we're going to push as hard as we can here. So straight away into turn 1, making the move on Carlos Sainz, and nice and easy does it. Now we're following Valtteri Bottas. Ocon still leads the way, Raikkonen right behind him, so me and Bottas have to get through slower cars in terms of obviously tyre strategy, not in terms of them being lapped, but Bottas is going to be right close to Palmer here, but I don't think he's close enough to make the move, so we're going to go down to the standard for now, save a little bit of fuel in this middle part of the lap whilst we're in traffic, and try and navigate these cars one by one. If we play it smart, we can get Bottas as well, because he's going to get tangled up with these guys maybe. So we've got to play our cards right. We'll be back in the podium position here with 13 laps to go, so let's try and take it easy. Okay, so I'm in rich mix now, and Palmer and Magnussen are coming into the pit lane, so that's going to release me and Bottas. Unfortunately, I wasn't close enough to Valtteri to make a move, and yellow flag going into the pit lane. I think there might have been an incident there with some of those guys. Either way, we're back up into 4th place. Sebastian Vettel now is behind us, so let's keep it in rich mix and try and keep up with Bottas's pace, and let's see if we can pursue this podium. Right, here comes Sebastian Vettel. He's in my DRS now, so he's going to be making the move very soon, and that Ferrari is the most powerful car in a straight line in this group. But look at that, we're pulling away. Vettel hasn't opened up DRS for some reason, so I don't know why that's happened, but Vettel decided not to use his DRS. Maybe he has a DRS detection fault, or maybe his flap won't open, so luckily it's going to buy us a little bit of time to stay in front of the German. But Vettel luckily can't get past us just yet. I'm struggling to keep up here. The AI really have got some incredible pace, and DRS is now enabled on Vettel's car, so he might be a threat by the end of this lap on the main straight. Oh, my teammate Massa out of the race, and I think virtual safety car is going to say, if that was another safety car, that would have been something else, but luckily thanks to that virtual safety car, that might just buy me a bit of time and allow me to survive this next DRS zone and attack from Sebastian Vettel. But pace is interesting right now. We are struggling, but Bottas is catching Raikkonen, and I think so are we. So we'll have to see, and VSC is about to end, so we've got to speed up now and floor it and get up to speed here. So hopefully Vettel doesn't attack me. DRS is re-enabled, so unfortunately we are not going to survive the attack, but we are pretty far ahead, so I think Vettel won't attack me just yet, as I've got a nice cushion over him. Okay, once again Sebastian Vettel's going to try and line me up for an overtake, and will he open up DRS this time? Yes, he does. So here comes Vettel. This time he's going to try and look for the move. He can't get enough in a straight line though, and he's once again closed DRS. So maybe if there was some sort of DRS flap fault or something, because he keeps on closing it, or realises that he can't make the move. Either way, we are staying ahead of the German, and we're sort of keeping up with Bottas here. I'm on the absolute limit of what I can do for race pace though. I can't go any faster than this. I'm giving it 110%. Okay, I've just done 2 personal best in a row, and I'm now on the back of Bottas here. Bottas seems to be struggling for a bit of pace, and really on the limit, so we might be able to make a move on the finish driver at the end of this lap possibly. I think Bottas definitely has car trouble. He's driving very slowly here, so we've lost a lot of time this lap behind him, and I'm going to try and make the move on in this lap because he's really struggling for pace. 1.5 off a personal best. I just did 2 personal bests in a row, each of them 3/10 faster than the previous lap. I found a bit more pace in the car, and this Williams is now working pretty good. Like I said, I am still doing 120%. I'm really pushing this car to the absolute limit this race, but if I manage to get a podium out of it, I'll be very happy. And here we go, DRS on Bottas. Are we close enough going into turn 1 here? I'm going to go for a move on the inside, but there's no way through, and Bottas just holds on for P3, but I'm still within his DRS here, going onto this back straight, so maybe we've got a second bite of the cherry here, if we can just get some good traction out of here, which we have done, but Bottas gets some good traction of his own. Have I got enough? I don't think I'm close enough just yet. I'm going to keep on pushing here, but Bottas is now defending his position. Okay, we're going to try once again here. This time I've got a much better run on Bottas, and I think this time he's down on straight line speed. I think he might not be in rich mix. We're much closer to the finished driver. He's going to go defensive. I'm going to go to the inside anyway and fly past Bottas there. Straight line speed difference, absolutely incredible, and we're back up into 3rd place. So now we've got to try and pull away and hold on to this 3rd place with only a couple more laps to go in this race. Right, okay, this lap we could be in trouble and we could come under threat from Sebastian Vettel. DRS is wide open. Oh no, it's not on the Ferrari. Once again, Vettel having DRS issues, and this is going to allow Hamilton to actually have a sniff on the German into turn 1 instead, but we're still defending our 3rd place, and I'm starting to run out of tyres a little bit. I'm struggling a little bit now. My tyre, I think, compared to the AI, is definitely a little bit worse, but we're still holding 3rd place. 2 laps to go. We've almost got this. We just got to hold on for a little bit longer. Vettel might have a look here onto this next break zone. I'm going to have to go defensive a little bit here. Sebastian's still going to look for the inside. He's going to switch to the outside though as I go very narrow on the apex. Vettel around the outside. I'm going to go into standard to save some fuel. I'm going to have to go on the outside of this next corner. Sebastian Vettel on my inside. More contact here. Wheel banging. But we are going to just get our nose in front. Can we stay in front into this next heavy brake zone? I'm going to go very deep on the brakes and squeeze Vettel out. And then Hamilton is going to slip past him. And they're going to go side by side into this next brake zone. So that's going to give me the chance to try and stretch out a bit of a gap here and pull away. They're still side by side. They're going to go side by side to the castle section, I think. And this could be pretty tragic. And yes, it is. There's a yellow flag involved. Hamilton still following me. So Vettel might have had an issue. Either way, we've got the gap. So now we need to try and pull away. Rich mix enabled. Let's try and break the DRS going on to the last lap of the race. Right, on the last lap, onto the back straight. I'm using my last bit of rich mix here. Hamilton's going to pressure me. I'm going to run this right down to the wire when it comes to rich mode. And there was 0.01, 0.00. We've got to go down the standard. Hamilton, though, is not close enough. And I think we're going to make it. We're going to come home for a podium at Baku. Get in there. What a result. I'm so happy with that one. That one was really hard fought. I worked really hard for that podium, and I'm glad we got it because that was something else. I didn't think we'd have that podium in the bag. I thought we was going to struggle, but we really had some good pace in that medium tyre. We really pushed hard. The car worked pretty damn well, and I was dragging that car as much as I could and as high as I could up the order, and we got a reward for it. Ocon finally gets his win at Baku that he should have had a couple of years ago when he was leading, back when he was my teammate, and Raikkonen comes home in 2nd place for Ferrari. The Mercedes power cars just overall pretty damn quick around here, and Ferrari couldn't do much about it, even though they are the most powerful car on a straight line. There's something about Mercedes power unit that just pulls ahead. Right, so looking at the final race results, Esteban Ocon finally wins his race at Azerbaijan. I think that might be his first ever race win in this career mode. If any of you guys know, then please let me know in the comments down below, but I genuinely can't remember anymore. But Ocon, I think that's his first race win in this career mode, so pretty impressive. Also, he almost took the fastest lap. If it wasn't for his teammate Sergio Perez, he would have taken the Grand Slam. But Raikkonen comes home in 2nd place. We come home in P3 on the podium. Very happy with that result. And Hamilton just behind us in P4, and Sergio Perez in P5. So a top 5 of Mercedes power cars, except for Kimi Raikkonen in P2 there. And then Daniel Ricciardo in P6 ahead of Romain Grosjean. Fernando Alonso in a brilliant 8th place. And then Kvyat in P9, and Bottas rounds out the points. And Sebastian Vettel, who had contact at the castle, down in P13. But further down the order, you can see that Felipe Massa and Carlos Sainz were the 2 retirements from today's race. And in terms of the driver standings after that race, Raikkonen takes the lead for the first time this season and jumps his teammate Sebastian Vettel and is 14 points clear at the top of the pile. Lewis Hamilton in P3 remains where he is, and then both of the Force Indians switch places with Ocon overtaking Perez, and we are only 8 points behind the Mexican now. So We're pretty close to Perez, and we're in the mix. You know, not for the championship, but we're in the mix. You know, to at least fight with the Force Indias maybe. But we've extended our lead over Bottas to 23 points, and Massa down there remains in P11, while Ricciardo overtakes his teammate Max Verstappen. But in terms of the constructors, Force India leapfrog Mercedes into second place. Really impressive from those guys, and we remain in fourth place whilst Ferrari extend their lead. But overall, it's been a very good weekend for us, and I'm very, very happy with the race. And we sort of made amends for Massa's retirement. But we're now going to move into the laptop. Okay, so looking at the R&D screen, we are going to purchase the rear wing downforce upgrade. It did fail for us on the last time we tried to do it, so we're going to purchase that. That will arrive for the next race in Austria, and obviously that combined with the engine upgrade that's meant to come for that race, those two together should give us a nice little boost and get us pretty much neck and neck with Renault, so hopefully that will help us out. But hopefully we'll see in the next episode in the progress chart that we will be much closer to the yellow banana cars, unless they bring an upgrade of their own. But other than that, guys, a massive thank you for watching this episode of Career Mode. If you have enjoyed it, then please do slap a like on the video. Let's try and smash 300 likes for this episode. Also, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and also please be sure to check out these videos on screen right now if you have missed them by chance. And also please do check out GT Omega in the links down below in the description. Use the code TOM97 for a 5% discount at checkout on any of your purchases. But other than that, guys, massive thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video very soon. Goodbye.